Good evening, everyone. Am I audible? Please confirm. Welcome to today's webinar. A very warm welcome to all of you. Please confirm quickly in the chat box if you are able to hear me. So, excited to learn new topics, new insights today? Yes? Wonderful, wonderful. Yes, Anil, Bhadja, Mansi, Shivani, Niranju, I welcome all of you. So, very warm welcome to all the amazing students, professionals, and curious minds who have joined us today. I am truly excited to kick off the insightful and future ready session that is top data science and coding job roles for life science graduates. Yes, hello Anjali, good to have you here. And yes, Biotechnica, your one stop platform is here today with another very important aspect and domain of life science. Yes, yes. Welcome, welcome, Farzana, Shady. I welcome all of you. So, in today's fast evolving world, the line between biology and technology is no longer just blurry. It's practically gone because both of them have amalgamated together. We are now in a time where decoding the human genome, modeling protein folding, or predicting how a new drug will work, these all require computational tools and data analysis skills. Whether it's machine learning for clinical trials, bioinformatics for cancer research, or AI powered diagnostics in hospitals, data science is transforming the life science at every level. Do you agree with me or not? Tell me. Yeah, sure. Akshat, we will try a little bit, but since this is already a pre-planned webinar session where we are supposed to do in English only, but we take your feedback and we'll definitely try to bring forward some Hindi webinars as well in the future. Okay, so thank you for your suggestion. Yeah. So Anil, I will hand over the controls to the speakers, and they will tell you everything about it, right? Yes. So for Farzana, Shivani, you all agree with me. That's nice. Okay. So here's the thing: just having a biology background is no longer enough, right? So industry today is looking for what we call hybrid professionals. So these are people who understand the complexity of biology and have the technological skills to analyze, interpret, and act on the data. So, if you are a life science student, researcher, or job seeker, you may be wondering, how do I fit into this changing world? What skills do I need? Where do I start? So, that's what this webinar is all about. We are going to cover how you can start building tech and coding skills step by step, and what the job market looks like in 2025 and beyond, and also what are the exact roles that are hiring right now, how to prepare yourself to earn while you learn in this data driven biotech space, and also few other things along with that, right? So we are honored today to have two expert speakers with us today who have walked this very path, and now they will help others also to do the same. Please help me welcome Mr. Prodyot Banerjee. With an MTech in Bioinformatics from Delhi Technological University, Mr. Prodyot has worked at premier institutes like CSIR, IGIB, IIT Madras, and CSIR CLRI. He is a very impactful researcher with 8 publications. Total impact factor is 43.84, and he is also a CSR Net, JRF, and GATE qualifier. His work mainly is in computer aided drug design and bioinformatics, which is very widely recognized. Please also help me welcome Dr. Nilofer K. Shaikh, who is a PhD in bioinformatics from MIT ADT University. Dr. Shaikh has made major contributions in omics based cancer research. With 5 publications, a patent, and expertise in Python and R for genomics, and personalized medicine, she brings cutting edge insights into today's session. So here's how the session will go. First, Mr. Prodyot Banerjee will walk us through the industry landscape, top job roles, and where the hiring is happening. Then Dr. Shaikh will continue with some more job roles, and also she will share insights on building the right skill set, the essential tools that you need, and also how to make yourself job ready. But that's not it. We will at the end open the floor to your questions, your personal questions in the live Q&A. So stay tuned till the end. And yes, yeah, nice to see you all. Thank you so much, Shady, for the motivation. And we will answer all your questions at the end. Okay, Akshat. And Anil, also, you can please ask at the end of the session. So, without much further delay, let's dive in. I hand over the control to our first speaker of the day, Mr. Pradut Banerjee. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, for the lovely introduction, and thank you, Biotechnica, for giving me this opportunity to speak in this particular forum once again. So I will try to justify all the things that are there and whatever topic I am taking on today. So without further ado, let's get started with the topic. Okay. So hopefully everyone can hear me loud and clear. Yes. Can I have a yes or no from everyone? Yeah. Yeah, good evening, Niranjan. Yeah, good evening, everyone. Yeah, so hopefully I'm audible to everyone. So I'm sharing my screen. Hopefully all of you can see. Yes. Just can anybody confirm that you can see my screen or not? Yes. Is it visible, everyone? Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'm missing out on annotations, no issues. So let's get started with today's topic. So our topic for today is market trends and opportunities in data science and life science. Okay. So we will be exploring through the avenues of your different things. Just give me one second. Okay. Yeah. So basically, today we will dive deep into some of the prospects of your market trends that are there in latest what do you say in this particular year, and what are the opportunities that we can explore. How in the future we can see the data science and life science. Okay, and what are the skill sets that are required to acquire in order to get started, as well as get a handsome amount of salary in this particular domain. Okay, so what are the things or the topics that we'll be covering in today's what do you say presentation is, so we'll look at the innovation and trends that are there. Then we will also look at industry hiring pattern. Okay, so what are the industries that you can focus upon? Okay, then after that we will also look at the market demand. Okay, so what kind of demand is there, and of course, so there is a demand supply chain, as you understand. Okay, after that, what are the key job roles? We will discuss or shed some light upon that. And post that, we will also discuss about the salaries, because there is a misconception about amongst the biotech professionals that the salary benchmarks are not that high. So I will just show you that how it is. Okay, so what is the average package? What is the minimum that you can expect when you get to the data science in life science part, or bioinformatics, or likewise fields? Okay, so yeah, so without further ado, let's get started with the presentation. So my name is Pradyot Banerjee, and I am a Biotechnica CRO scientist over here at Biotechnica Bangalore. Okay, so let's get started. Yeah. So first thing first, that we are talking about the emerging technologies. So let me get a pen by my side so that I can use the annotation, and can you can like point out where I am pointing. Okay. So basically, first thing first, that how this particular emerging technology, that is your artificial intelligence, okay, can help us in life science. Okay. So now we have your AI driven drug discovery, first of all. Okay. So as I am a drug discovery expert, so first thing I will take is drug discovery. Okay. So basically, it is revolutionizing the R&D, okay, research and development, but that it used to do for last 5 years or so, okay. But nowadays we not only have what do you say R&D pipelines with the help of AIML driven, what do you say AIML driven, as well as your deep learning, machine learning based tools. But nowadays we can also expect the like virtual drug trials. Okay, so what are virtual drug trials? Basically, like you have your clinical trials where the patient has to be physically like present over there, okay, or in person that particular patient has to be there. Whereas in virtual drug trials, it is not needed. Okay, so you can have the like wearable watches, and then your multiple biosensors, this that will be utilized to monitor their progress post the administration of the drugs, or like in that particular cohort they might be like the test candidate, or they might be like like any kind of like randomization of trials will happen. All the things will follow the same. It is just that you like the patient like don't have to come to the particular site. Okay, so that is why with the comfort of their home, so they can be there, and we can monitor that how is the progress, and what are the like what is a side effect that we can see likewise. Okay, so that is your virtual drug trials. Okay, apart from that, obviously computer aided drug designing and the pipelines of the AIML based tools can help in R&D, so that goes without saying. Okay, I will just I will also give you certain examples and case studies where it has been used, so that you can relate what I'm saying. Okay, then lab automation. So as we have seen that the wet lab, okay, so I'm not saying that the wet lab has vanished or something, or obviously wet lab is required, but the dry lab is helping the wet lab part by in many tangents. Okay, per se your time tangent, accuracy, okay, but mostly the time, because nowadays we can do the all the things in months instead of years. Okay, previously for instance in drug discovery, the R&D process used to take 7 to 8 years for your virtual screening, druggable target identification, this that. Nowadays that particular thing can be done in months. Okay, and with the advent of AIML based technologies, in few months only. Okay, 2 3 months hardly. Okay, then with the advent of faster computing systems, obviously when we are talking about AI based chipsets, so we will be requiring faster computational models, so that we are getting. Okay, so day by day you see the likes of your Google, then your likes of your Nvidia based processor, Nvidia based Clara, or Google based DeepMind. Okay, so these are the companies working on this in this particular tangent. Okay, so previously we used to have your supercomputers, now we have your quantum computers that can fasten all the process from the likes of your like drug simulation, molecular dynamics simulation, and likewise. Okay, those things. Okay, then the like reproducibility of those things and iterating those things. Okay, iterating those things with unmatched precision. Okay, so because like whenever you are like a human intervention is there, so there is a chance of what do you say error prone things are there. Okay, so when you utilize a machine for the same, it will be faster and more accurate. Okay, so that is there. And apart from that, in the AI sector, we are also trying to get more onto the artificial general intelligence. Okay, so that the computer are as smarter as we are. Okay, so that they can solve all kind of problems that till date we can solve. Okay, then coming on to your precision medicine. In precision medicine also, AI has a very much of a bigger role. The reason is to tailor a particular kind of therapy, or let's say a particular kind of chemotherapy regime for a cancer patient. So you'll be requiring the genetic profile of that particular person and genetic data. Let's suppose after sequencing you get the data, so that is a like huge amount of data. So processing that particular data, so that you can for that you can use AI based tools. Okay, so and that will solve the problem in no time. Okay, so it will take very hardly half a day all. Okay, so likewise it can like suggest you the like treatment regime as per the genetic profiles. Okay, so likewise it depends upon obviously what is the like what is the state of the patient, and how much what do you say data you are generating and using what you are training. Obviously those things matter, but I'm saying that like the minimum possible things that it can do, and the maximum things it can do. Okay, so what is the like what is the spectrum. Okay, so what is the minimum and the maximum that it can cater to. Okay, then coming on to your advanced diagnostics. Okay, so obviously we day by day, or we are moving on to your medical imaging, robotics. Okay, then nano sensor enabled novel treatment approaches. Okay, all of that are there. Okay, but what AI is what do you say like AI is helping out in this particular thing. Let's suppose taking for instance medical imaging. Okay, so using the medical images, now we have the likes of your convolutional neural networks. Okay, which can analyze the pattern from a particular image based data and suggest the types of what is the progression of a cancer, let's suppose. Okay, and if he or she is under a particular kind of treatment regime, how he or she is progressing, or the your patient health is deteriorating, everything can be monitored well. Okay, and like for that, obviously we'll be having some tracking things, this that. Okay, but when we talk about medical based images, we can have your convolutional neural network which can analyze the pattern and tell you that the particular patient is having benign cancer, malignant cancer, what is the staging of cancer. Okay, most of the things. Okay, from any of the radiomics data. Radiomics data basically means how you have multi-omics data. Omics basically means your study. Okay, so any radiological data, radiological image data, so if you're studying that, that is radiomics data. Okay, so you can take any of the radiomics data and train your system based on that. Okay, using that particular knowledge, your machine learning algorithm will be capable enough to judge for a new patient that the particular patient is having a particular type of cancer or not, what is the staging of the cancer, this that. And even for example, using this particular technique, we can detect the breast cancer 5 years prior. Okay, so a smaller lump also it can basically detect. Okay, 5 years previous to the onset of the particular thing. Okay, so it is not that after the onset only we can work. Okay, so we can also do the risk stratification. Okay, so according to the genomic data, we can also do risk stratification. We have a patient group which are at higher risk to get a particular disorder. We can stratify those particular group from that of your healthy individuals. Okay, or which doesn't have the odds to get the disorder recently. Okay, or lately also. Okay, in the later stage of their life. So then coming on to the rise of a rise of AI in drug discovery. So okay, so we will dive deep into this. Okay, so first things first, that how it has helped. Okay, so it has helped particularly in three tangents. Okay, so first is your molecule identification. Okay, so because this is the what do you say, most challenging part when it comes to wet lab. No, so because initially you will be having lead compounds, let's suppose numbering from 10,000, 20,000 odd compounds. Okay, initially. Okay, so screening from those particular compounds in wet lab is a very tedious process. Okay, and in that particular part, AI plays a major role. Okay, so you can use deep learning based algorithm that can do the years of job in weeks. Okay, so you can see the transformation years to weeks. Okay, so obviously you have to train the algorithm using those parameters what you want, and based on those parameters it will screen out the compounds that meets the criteria. Okay, based on that you will have the molecule identification, and in other words, in drug terminology, you can call it as lead screening or virtual screening that you see. Okay, based on your drug likeness and your ADMET score, that is your pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics, all those things will be done over here. Okay, then obviously as we have seen that what it is doing a huge amount of time transformation. Okay, so time reduction it is doing, obviously without compromising on the accuracy of the thing. Okay, so early discovery phase is shortened by 50%. So this is just a stats for you. Okay, so potential drug candidates reach testing phase faster. Obviously, if you can do all the processes faster, so it will get to the clinical trials or virtual drug trials nowadays faster. Okay, and also it will save on huge amount of money as well. Okay, so I will give you a perspective on that while I give you an example of the case studies. Okay, R&D transformation, as I have already told you, that machine learning based platforms can do the things in much faster way and precise way, and with with the ease of you don't have to go to the lab. So okay, so uh, like yeah but yeah if you are working on a what do you say particular big kind of a data, okay, so you need what do you say huge computational system, but you can access them remotely as well. So that is also an advantage, that you can access any of the major computational system, be it your supercomputer, quantum computer, you can access it from like remotely. Okay, so major companies are actually investing in this particular part, particularly pharmaceutical companies. Okay, but not only those, because while we are talking about drug discovery, we are focusing on the pharmaceutical companies, but as a holistic perspective of life science, all of the companies which are dealing with your AI in your life science, every one of them are contributing to the same. Okay, so yeah, so this are the case studies which I was talking about. Okay, so like everyone has faced this particular pandemic, that is of your COVID-19 in the year 2019, 20, and 21 likewise. Okay, in that particular time you have seen that Moderna and Pfizer have come up with their mRNA vaccines, and likewise, so AI based identification of target was done in weeks. So that is the sole reason that they were able to make the vaccine so fast. Okay, so there you have an example. Okay, apart from that, CRISPR optimization, okay, machine learning based enhanced guided RNA designing can be done. It is not that mRNA vaccine, RNA designing, okay, any kind of multi-omics data integration to see where the particular what you say malfunction is happening. Because if you study multi-omics data as a whole, so it will give you a holistic overview of where the things has gone wrong. Okay, and based on that you can see that because of that particular what do you say mismatch, or what do you say your like if you are talking about variance, we are talking about mismatch and this that, okay, or the mutation, or in further your proteomics and like your metabolomics, it might be some of the metabolites are malfunctioning, because of which further cascade of reaction are hindered. Okay, so we need to look at that. Okay, so that is why it is giving a holistic overview of the things where we can like improve, or we can do the editing using CRISPR and likes. Okay, then you have virtual drug trials. Okay, so I have given you this particular example in my first slide, that virtual drug trials will be utilizing your multiple wearable devices, which can have a using what you can have a track of the patient, that how the particular thing is progressing, and based on that you can give them optimize the dosage. Okay, based on that you can also randomize the trials, this that many things can happen. But main thing, it is the stats from 2023, that according to Deloitte survey, that in the year 2023, so they were able to save 600 million plus US dollars, okay, by the help of your virtual drug trials. Okay, how come? Like if the clinical trials were to happen, okay, and we are like conducting virtual drug trials, instead of that we are saving upon saving up upon this much amount of money. Obviously this is increasing day by day, and this is the stats from 2K23. So later on into 2K24 it has surpassed 800 million plus USD, and likewise and counting. Okay, likewise. So then we come to your precision medicine and person centric care. Okay, so precision medicine, as you understand, so we want to tailor made a particular kind of what do you say treatment regime. It is not necessary that you will be having a drug. So because it will be drug, but it is not that it has to be administered orally only. Okay, so as you understand that a drug can be administered via many a means. Okay, nowadays the latest will be your nanotechnology based what do you say administration. Then you have transdermal patches. Okay, oral route is obviously there, intravenous is there. Okay, multiple type of administration routes are there. But if we want to optimize the dose, because when we talk about the precision medicine, we are obviously trying to minimize the side effects of it. Okay, and side effect has something to do with dosage, as you understand. Okay, if you give certain thing in high dosage, so anyways it will cause a side effect, because it will bind to the non-specific receptors as well. Okay, so that is the reason it will cause some side effects. Okay, apart from that, a particular individual might be predisposed to a particular condition. Okay, so for that particular thing, what kind of knowledge is required? genomics knowledge. Okay, so like the genome knowledge of that particular person. And as I have already told you, if you are doing a sequencing of a genome of a particular person, so you are getting a whole lot of data. So for processing that much of a data, it is required that you take the help of your AI based technologies that are there. Okay, so obviously remote monitoring will help you in this particular virtual drug trials, as well as patient monitoring. Okay, so obviously wearables will be using your some kind of biosensors. Okay, so biomedical engineering parts are also there, because the use of electronics and this that are also embedded over here. Okay, then big data analytics, like patient stratification. As I have already told you, stratification can be at multiple levels. Okay, so you stratify the patient based on rare disorders. Okay, so which constitutes only less than 1% of the world population. So then you can stratify based on the risk group. Okay, so then you can also stratify them based on the clinical trials. Okay, so basically you have your different stratification in the clinical trials, as you understand. Okay, so likewise that particular thing also can be done. Okay, then you have your individualized therapy. Okay, so for that you need to train your machine learning algorithm, so that when you get the patient data, it can tailor that particular based on that particular patient genomic profile, it can suggest the what is a treatment regime. Okay, likewise. Okay, yeah. So now coming on to a perspective that how it can help in all of the sectors. Okay, so we have talked about drug discovery, but drug discovery is not the thing that will help in all of the sectors. So we will just get an overview of major sectors over here. Okay, so industries driving demand in bio IT skill sets. Okay, so particularly we talk about your biotech industries. Okay, where you can utilize the multi-omics data analysis. Okay, from again your CRISPR, than likes. Okay, then in pharmaceutical industry, you can obviously, we have talked about your drug discovery, then your virtual drug trials. All of those things falls under your pharmaceutical industry things only. Okay, then in your biotech, obviously you also count upon the NGS based innovations that are there. Okay, NGS based data analysis parts. Okay, there's that. Then in healthcare, obviously you have the CNN based algorithm to identify the cancer, then your stratification of the patient according to their risk groups. Okay, then also monitoring a patient after they have gone through a particular kind of treatment, this that. Okay, post pandemic era, you can also do the what do you say monitoring of those particular patient, that how they are recovering, this that. Okay, apart from that, it can also help you maintain EHRs. Okay, electronic health records. Okay, then apart from that, it can also help you in agri-tech and genomics. Okay, so mostly you are here, we are concerned about your crop genomics, and how we can genetically modified crops, how we can uh, understand the functional genomics of that with the help of your GWAS based thing, like genome wide association based things. Okay, likewise, then in food tech also you can do the innovation using AI based part, as you have seen nowadays, that the sugar boom is there, like how much sugar is there in a particular kind of food that you see. Okay, so you can see the quality control. Obviously quality control, it can help us with, then the nutritional level it can read, so that it can suggest that which particular food is having carcinogenic what do you say products in it. Okay, so likewise, so you can stratify the food products also based on very high sugar content. Okay, or nutritional value, what is the nutritional value, what are the macronutrients present in it. Okay, so it is obviously given in the level, but obviously you won't be going through one by one. Okay, so based on that, you can train the whole algorithm using all of the data sets that are already available in the internet, and it will suggest you based on that what are the healthy options. Okay, so likewise, certain things you already get in the e-commerce based website when you type in your healthy snacks, so it will do the clustering based on that. Okay, then you have your environmental monitoring. Okay, so biodiversity tracking, then your pollution control, what are the things that can be followed to come up with your better solution to cope up with your pollution based things. Okay, it is not only about the air pollution, but all kind of pollution we are talking about over here. Okay, so any kind of forecasting, so in this any kind of forecasting, AI can be a what do you say very good tool to do that. Okay, so regression based problem, particularly supervised learning algorithms that can be used for the same. Okay, yeah. So now coming on to the fact that which are the companies, like leading companies in India and globally, which are hiring for your AI based job positions. Okay. So some of the companies I have enlisted over here. This is not that these are the only ones. Okay, but these are the major chunk. Okay. So and they are providing a handsome salaries. Okay, like handsome salaries out there. Okay, so like Indian companies, we can like talk about Biocon and the subsidiary of Biocon, that is your Syngene International. Okay, then in pharmaceuticals you have the likes of your Dr. Reddy's, Sun Pharma, okay, Biotech. Okay, so who are obviously working on your vaccines and likes. Then you also have your Serum Institute of India, which is the largest vaccine company in the world. Okay, then you have TCS Life Sciences, which also hires for your AI/ML experts. Okay, they have their AI/ML based engineer working on your microbiome data sets. Okay, there's that. Okay, then after that you also have your global leaders in this. Okay, from the likes of your Illumina, who specializes in your sequencing based data. Okay, so you can be a NGS data analysis expert. Okay, then you can go for your GSK, again another pharmaceutical company, Roche. Okay, then your Novartis is there, then Pfizer, like German giant, as you understand. Okay, so they also work on your drug discovery, AI/ML researchers they hire. Okay, apart from that you also have the likes of your Agnita AI. Okay, so Agnita AI is a company from the US, and they have their headquarters in your Hyderabad in India. Apart from that you have Schrodinger. Again, Schrodinger is a company from Germany, having their headquarters in Hyderabad again. Okay, so likewise, so Schrodinger, while I'm talking about Schrodinger, so they specialize in computer aided drug designing, discovery, and likes, and then Agnita AI also is specialized in your like AI based solution for your all kind of multi-omics data analysis, drug discovery, this that. Okay, simulation likewise. Okay, so these are the major companies hiring for the good position. So here obviously I have listed out only those companies which are giving at least a package of 10 like 8 to 10 lakhs. Okay, mostly. Okay, so now coming on to the salary regime. Okay, so just to bust the myth out there. Okay, so people do say that like we are not getting a good amount of salaries as we compare to the peers. It is not that. You need to get to the right place. Okay, and you need to get to the get the right skills. Okay, so for that, for instance, if you are doing a data science, or whatever be the data science job role, a mid senior role we are talking about in life science sector, so it will be around this is an average, mind you that. Okay, so this is an average package of 10 to 35 lakhs, okay, per annum. Okay, then if you are a bioinformatics scientist out there, okay, so you can expect an annual salary package of 8 to 32 lakhs average. Okay, so it can go up as well. Okay, so down as well, but till 6 it can go at down, and till up it can also go to 45 to 50 as well. Okay, and while we are talking about the global median, so the global median would be your 90 to 150k USD. Okay, and obviously in Europe it will be in euros and likewise. Okay, so you can convert it likewise. Okay, so the biotech and pharma sectors are offering this much amount of money. Okay, and you can also expect a 25% growth year on year. Okay, year on year growth, you can expect 25% of growth you can expect year on year. Okay, as per the demand is increasing, it can be more than this also. Okay, I have seen the growth of 40% even. Okay, so it depends upon your skill set, how you are working. Based on that, you will be obviously getting a raise. Okay, so this is obviously an average. Okay, so now let's wrap the things fast. Okay, so because we are running out of the time. Okay, so the roadmap ahead. Okay, so what are the opportunities that you see in the data science part? Okay, so obviously we see the digital transformation, because as we see that this particular technology is absolutely future proof. Okay, so because with the advent of more advanced computation systems, okay, we will dive more into the cross disciplinary things, or interdisciplinary things will be more there. Okay, so that is why more kind of expertise people are required. Okay, so it is just a myth that with the advent of your AI you will lose your job. It is not that. Okay, you need to upskill yourself. Okay, and if you upskill yourself, what will happen is you will be solving bigger problems. Okay, so as we are moving faster, the problem problems are become bigger. Okay, so now we don't intend to solve smaller problems because that can be done by many of the AI based algorithms. So now we intend to solve bigger problems. Okay, so for that, obviously, the person training the AI algorithm will be a human again. Okay, so obviously you will be getting a good amount of job, but for that you need to upgrade your skills. Okay, then AI literacy. So this is the part I was talking about, that you need to get literate about the AI. Okay, so you need to upskill on the AI fundamentals. Okay, and like what are the more advanced things that you can like get skills upon. Okay, so because it is not that, so because it is just a in an exponential phase of growth. Okay, so you cannot always think that I have gained a particular kind of skill set and it will be future proof for 20 years down the line. It is not that. Okay, you always have to innovate. Okay, because the field is innovating. Okay, so like and evolving. Okay, in so much of a fast pace, so you also have to catch up with that. Okay, then upward trajectory. So that is what I have already told you, that we are growing exponentially. So in order to catch that particular thing, you also have to upgrade likewise. Okay, yeah. So now coming on to the top job roles that you get as a life science what do you say graduate, like having AI as a skill set. Okay, so the main two standard job roles would be your bioinformatics specialist. When we talk about bioinformatics specialist, you can be an analyst, a scientist, okay, a researcher, okay, multiple things. Okay, then you can be a what do you say healthcare data analyst. Okay, but obviously these are your broader spectrum job perspective, but it can get you a job in multiple domains, from the likes of your research, healthcare, okay, genomic startup, okay, then multi-omics data analysis startup, NGS based data, then your like multiple like protein modeling, this that. Okay, so multiple things are there. Okay, so both requires specialized skill sets and analytical thinking. So that is what I'm saying. Okay, so you need to get the specialized skill set, because nowadays we are not solving what do you say what do you say basic level problems. Okay, because we have generative AIs to solve those particular problem, we have your neural networks, this that, to solve those problems. Okay, obviously they can solve complex problems also, but for that you need to train them likewise. So we are catering to the bigger problem nowadays. Okay, so you have to focus on that. Yeah. Now coming on to your bioinformatics specialist, diving deep into that particular tangent. So what are the skill sets that are absolutely integral to get you a job in this particular domain? Are your technical skill set goes without saying. Okay, so if you are confused that I need to learn programming, like which will be the right programming language to get started with. Okay, so for that I will always recommend you to go for either Python or R, or if you are having an idea of both, better. Okay, why? Because for a biologist it is better to use Python and R, because the libraries in Python and R are very supportive to conduct the biological data analysis. That is the sole reason. Okay, so you can like have your genomic tools like bioconductor packages. Okay, so then your biopython what do you say library in Python can also help you with that. Okay, so those things you need to have a skill on. Okay, apart from that you can specialize in your AWS and like your NVIDIA based Clara systems, to like those are the AI based algorithms which are being maintained to do the genomic analysis and likewise. Okay, then you can also have the skills of your data management. Okay, obviously because you will be working with multiple pipelines. Okay, and so that is why you need to have a good data management skills. Okay, then your data mining skills, those things, and what kind of algorithm to be used in what particular circumstances. Okay, that much smart you have to become. Okay, then collaboration. Okay, obviously we are talking about multidisciplinary field, so we might be having some collaboration with different sect people, because in higher level of research we have a collaboration with physics people, biologists, as well as your chemistry based scientist. Okay, so our main motive is to get something very useful for the general people. Okay, we are not fighting upon that which particular sector is better or this that. We need to have a collaborative effort to get like the advantage of all of the what do you say all of the sectors as a whole, and we can come up with a better amount of solution. For example, if you take the company that is your like Google based company DeepMind. Okay, So they are having physics based scientists, biology based scientists, because they are like developing AI based algorithm which caters to your protein modeling. For example, you have your AlphaFold, okay, which does the protein structure prediction. Then you also have your alpha missense, which does the, what do you say, like variance analysis at the proteomic level, all those things. Okay, likewise. Then work settings. Okay, so you can have a like a research lab setup. Okay, so based on your dry lab, obviously setting up a wet lab uh, is what do you say, more cumbersome as compared to the dry lab. Okay, I'm not saying that dry lab is very cheap to set up. Okay, it is not that, but comparatively it is, yes. Okay, so then your genomic startup, then your obviously we are talking about bio entrepreneurship over here. Okay, so you can also come up with a company that are doing this particular kind of solutions. Okay, so and you can be a employer instead of a employee. Okay, so yeah, then coming on to so this is the last slide. Okay, so just bear with me. Okay, so basically healthcare data analyst you can be. Okay, so when you become a healthcare data analyst, what are the technical skills that are required? Okay, so you need to have a good what do you say, like data analysis skills from the likes of your, you can have a good fair bit of idea of your Python, R, then your SQL based like SQL databases. Okay, then you can have a better idea of your Tableau, Power BI for the visualization part. Apart from that, you can also utilize R based what do you say, visualization libraries from the likes of your ggplot and plotly, this that. Okay, for the same purpose. Okay, HIPA, compliance knowledge that is required. Okay, so then you can also maintain the electronics health record, so that I was talking about. Okay, EHRs. Okay, so that is also a big part. Okay, so it is not that like in healthcare multiple things are there. Obviously you can go for your multiple types of your data management. Okay, then clinical data management, this that. Okay, multiple things are there. Okay, apart from that, key responsibilities that you can find a job in is like analyzing like healthcare trends, then monitoring patient outcome. Okay, then conducting trials. Okay, so be it your clinical trials, in the clinical trials you can take the help of AI to randomize the trials. Apart from that, you can also use your this virtual drug trials that we were talking about. Okay, then provided like actionable insight. Okay, based on that you will be providing the actionable insight that are there. Okay, then your work environment, so basically hospitals and clinics, then your insurance companies it can be, then public health organizations it can be. Okay, so likewise. Okay, so that is all from my side as of today. So hopefully I have done justice to the topic. Okay, if you have any questions, feel free to ask it over here and we will answer your question at the end of the session. Okay, so that's been my time. Now I will like to hand over the baton to the next speaker, that is Dr. Nilofer. Okay, so that is all. Thank you, everyone. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Pradyot Sir, Banerjee sir, for that insightful and eye-opening session. But before we move on to our second speaker, I just came in to see how you're enjoying the session. Yes, it's you're. I'm sure you're gaining a lot from this session. I just came to check on you all, right? Yes. Thank you. Thank you for your responses. So I just want to remind you that there is a. I'm very excited to share. We have very something very special lined up for you, for all of you who are attending today, and that will come at the end. Okay, so we'll be giving you a free downloadable gift. Now I will not reveal what the gift is. All I can say about the gift is that it will be a perfect guide for those students and working professionals who want to start free part-time freelancing or internship or paid projects in data science, so all while contributing your academic or job commitments. Okay, so the download link will be shared only at the end of the session, so don't go anywhere. And having said that, I now pass on to the controls to our next speaker, Dr. Nilofer K. Shaikh. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. I hope you guys are very excited, as ma'am have mentioned that there is some exciting gift. So I don't know, like how many of you are waiting to get that gift for the same. But I will quickly wrap up the session by giving you an quick overview regarding how exactly you can come up with upgrading your skills with the data science and coding kind of stuff. So I will be just going to share the screen. Just let me know my screen is visible, and then we will just quickly move ahead. Yeah, over there. So I hope screen is visible. Yes. Yeah, the screen is visible.
Not yet, ma'am.
Not yet.
No.
Oh, just a second. Yeah, I hope now it's visible.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So we are going to move ahead with a quick discussion about continuing the first overview what you guys have come across with the same. So basically what exactly I'm going to highlight and walk through you guys regarding skill development and transitioning your strategy or as a career with respect to the upgrading your skills with respect to the data science and even with the coding kind of stuff. So basically the thing is like you can move ahead from lab to laptop. Okay, so we consider that major of the data is getting enumerated with respect to the lab based techniques and the tools for the same. So we need certain kind of data analysis softwares or as the applications where we can process our data ahead smoothly and come up with respect to some relevant finding. And that's why how the data science will play a role in that condition, right? So if you guys expertise in that kind of domain, so you can call yourself as a data scientist. Are you guys getting right? So if you are getting a data scientist as one of the particular position, so I hope definitely you guys will really excited to do that kind of stuff. Okay, so moving ahead to get to know how exactly you can come up with that kind of skills is that the changing landscape. Okay, first we are going to see that why exactly we need to upgrade our skills or look towards a new approach or the new domain area which is awaiting for all of you guys, remember. Okay, so it is really awaiting for the all the biologists. Okay, the Biotechnica will provide you this kind of platform where you guys will upgrade your skills by moving step by step with respect to the career guidance for the same. So the changing landscape is nothing but the new upcoming techniques and the tools which are evolving, right? So in the life science, the work is increasing, right? So we are getting a large number of data which is getting enumerated with respect to the experimental techniques. I hope you all of you agree with me, right? So if the data is available, okay, we are getting a vast amount of data. So how exactly we need to come up with respect to the analysis and even the predictions for the same? So in that conditions, we need the computational skills to get upgraded, right? And that's why the wet lab is exceeding into the digital domain area. Because if we have a data, so we need to explore in the kind of analysis or the predictions for the same. So why to take this new opportunity or as the approach in learning phase, right? So right now, as we can see that the technology is upgrading, right? So we need to adapt ourselves in that kind of domain area or as the expertise ourselves in that approach. So that's why the new approaches will help us to make the data driven research into the new career path. Okay, so your scientific background will give you a unique insights with respect to integrating with the data science applications for the same. So the roadmap is nothing but to explore practically. Okay, apply your strategies with practically so that you can translate yourself with respect to the data science applications. And for that, what you guys have to do is nothing but start upgrading your skills. Okay, be into the race. Okay, where all of you are understand that how exactly you can move ahead with respect to the adapting the skills and being in that particular race so that you will get a better opportunity in future, right? So moving towards the next slide, I hope my slides are moving, right? So the learning pathways are nothing but from where you guys will get this knowledge. So as Biotechnica is one of the platform for all of you guys for the upcoming students or the researcher who are interested to learn this kind of new domain area and get expertise in that kind of way. So online courses will help you in that kind of stuff, okay, where online courses will help you to design in a such a way that you will get to know which are the relevant kind of techniques and updated resources which are available, where you can integrate with respect to your biological data sets, so that you can find out the uncover hidden patterns within the biological world. So we need to understand that kind of stuff, right? So I think the COVID-19 pandemic data has given a very broad and a very good opportunity for all the researchers, okay, to understand how to work on the any kind of data sets and come up with the predictions for the same. Okay, so in that conditions we need certain data with the integrations of the proper curriculum kind of way, or else understanding how to lead that kind of pathway. So in that kind of stuff you guys have to explore certain kind of online courses where you will get guided with respect to the upcoming tools or the techniques which has been used in the recent technology, such as I think previous speaker has mentioned the same, right? Producer has given a very good overview regarding all the emerging areas and the kind of the roadmaps what you guys have to walk through with the same, such as Python and R is one of the programming language which is helping a lot, because we have certain kind of packages or the tools which is available into in the form of pipeline. End-to-end pipelines are available. So using this kind of programming languages, we will understand how to move ahead step by step, right? With the integration of machine learning is nothing but will give you an integrated approach to work on advanced data predictions, okay? And biostatistics are nothing but where you can come up with respect to the statistical predictions. And that is exactly what we need as a scientist to come up with the novel predictions. All of you agree with me, right? So here ultimately in the guidance you will get to know how to start with your raw data, come up with respect to the analysis, processing, and then leads towards the research based novel findings of your data sets. And that is ultimate way where you can gain your knowledge by exploring certain kinds of courses. Followed with that, certifications, right? So certifications will definitely add a weightage for your resume or CV, right? So if you're learning, okay, if you want to showcase that I do have certain skills, right? So ultimately certifications will help you to add this kind of skills in your resume, and ultimately you will get a better opportunity in the future where you can represent yourself with respect to the skills which you have gained for the same. So you will even get a domain specialization. So domain specializations are nothing but to expertise in the certain approaches or the domain area of your interest. So as a researcher, we all know that we are interested in the biological domain, but everyone have that specific approach or the interest to work on the domain area, such as bioinformatics. If you work, so again in bioinformatics, we have different domain area to work in that context, such as drug discovery, personalized medicine, right? Or else you can work on the system biology approach, okay, or else the multiomics approach, and many more things. So you guys have to pick up those specialized approach where you can start your roadmap or else the pathway to lead your unique requirements by integrating with respect to the domain specializations for the same. All of you are getting the point, right? So this is how exactly where you can learn by exploring the certain pathways which will lead you to be get expertise in the certain domain area for the same. Moving ahead, like building your profile. See guys, as I mentioned earlier in my presentations with the slide, is that you have to upgrade with certain skills, because that is really important to integrate with respect to the biological stuff, right? But you guys can even build your portfolio or else your particular profiles with respect to exploring certain resources, such as Kaggle competitions. Okay, so Kaggle competitions are nothing but Kaggle is one of the repository where you will get lots of scripts or the codes available. But apart from that, this particular source will even provide to participate in the real data. Okay, so that if you guys want to visit, definitely you can do that stuff, right? So you can explore like by participating into the real data sets where you will have a lots of competitions. You can participate in that. You can improve your ranking skills, right? And you can even learn from the raw data sets or as the real time data sets what they are providing to build up some new models or as the data analysis tools or the platform for the same. So ultimately, this is area or the particular roadmap will help you to upgrade your skills practically. Okay, all of you are getting that fine, right? So this is exactly what this platform lead you to upgrade your skills practically, and that is what we need, right? The next source will help you is nothing but GitHub projects. So again, GitHub is what is nothing but a repository where all the scripts by which is built by the programmers will get saved, okay, or stored in the online platform, and we the researchers, the programmers, used to access that repository to work on our research data. So ultimately, this kind of projects, GitHub projects, will help you to understand how to design that particular research based pipeline. As I mentioned earlier, you have to get specialized in any specific domain as a starting career, right? So you, if you want to pick up like a genomics data, so you have to know how exactly that pipeline or the algorithm can be designed. So in that context, you will get a lots of scripts or the codes which are available in the GitHub repository. So try to explore that kind of stuff, okay? That will really give you a good idea to start your work or the project or the research data practically. Okay, I hope that sounds good to all of you. The next is that story, okay? Best is nothing but data. So if you're focusing on the data, how you can reproduce your data sets with clear explanations. It's nothing but the way to present your data, okay? Because this skills is also really important, guys, okay? So if you are able to explain your data with respect to like from raw and then making a curated way and coming up with respect to your model predictions and so on, so ultimately you're showcasing your skills, right? All of you agree with me, right? So you're showcasing your skills by little upgrading your skills practically, and that is exactly what where it will help you to become a good data scientist in future, right? So ultimately showcasing your code, okay, or reflecting your particular data with respect to the findings that will lead you to build your portfolio. All of you agree with me, right? I hope that sounds clear to all of you. Moving ahead is nothing but networking strategy. Okay, just remember, guys, like only learning and getting a knowledge practically will not work. Okay, you have to open up yourself. Okay, you have to play a role where you can build up a good network, okay, or good network community, and where exactly this platform is available. Okay, see, attending the conferences, going in the international conferences, being there in the practically or physically, definitely that will help you, right? But if you want to just go ahead with respect to getting your networking strategy, so in that condition, LinkedIn will help you to optimize that thing, right? Where you can add the keywords with bioinformatics or data scientist. Okay, so you will get lots of projects or the requirements, and you can even connect with the different communities, right? Online communities we do have, right? So you can get that connections over there, okay, with the scientist or the community, and you can even chats with certain groups, right? So we do have like the certain kind of groups, the channels are available, so you can just join that channel, okay? You can just connect with that group, and then you will get to know what exactly with respect to a research kind of context, how they are discussing with respect to the data context, or else the strategies to come up with the new techniques or the tools, or else you will even get to know the recent news, right? Or as the articles where the study has been taken place, new strategies with respect to the application of the recent technology or the tools has been integrated. So this is the best way where you can start upgrading your skills, and even getting a networks where you will get to know how exactly you can expand your network based on the community for the same. I hope this also will really help you with respect to the networking strategies. The next thing is really important is that to get a job, right? Because if you guys are learning this kind of things and you are expertising yourself with the skills context, then definitely you guys have to even think about how I can get a job, right? How I can make a job search tips. So the best way in that scenario is to trial your resume. Okay, you have to highlight both wet lab as well as the analytical skills, and nothing but the computational skills with respect to the showing the quality and the impact of your specific works, right? So in that conditions, you have to highlight that, okay, how you have the skills with the wet lab as well as the computational way. You can even seek a hybrid role where you can look for the computational biologist, okay, bioinformatics analyst positions, and lot of things are there. I think right now ma'am have discussed that, okay, you guys have the exciting gift for the same. I think these are the same thing which is highlighting here for the same. Okay, so you can include in that context, you can include certain kind of portfolio links where you can get some repository links to understand how the pipeline works, right? You can even leverage your domain knowledge by getting expertise with the scientific world, okay, by getting connections with data scientists, researchers, and so on. Okay, so that is how it will help you to get connected with them and get to know which job roles are coming in their specific collaborations or their institute. So you can ask them and you can even just apply for that specific roles for the same, right? All of you getting the point, right? I hope that even sounds perfect to all of you. Then how exactly you can make a transition roadmap? So transition roadmap is nothing but how by making a foundation, right? So building a foundations is nothing but by taking a course, right? Because that will help you to get guided practically and get expertise by guiding with respect to the foundation kind of way. Okay, see guys, it is not like that just upgrading your skills, but you have to get expertise in that. That is really important. Okay, so make sure that if you are learning something, but step by step you should be very expertise in that domain, then only it will make very impactful for your career opportunity for the same, right? So project development is exactly what the thing will help you to make your skills upgraded very effectively. Okay, so that you can work on the real world problem and then come up with some findings. And I think Biotechnica again providing that same platform for all of you guys, right? The next thing is that the community engagement is nothing but discussing, right? Coming up with your query, having an open discussions where you will get to know what is the real world techniques, tools, or the findings are coming, and how exactly I can play a role over there, right? So that exactly will help you to make a very good community engagement and then be in that specific network accordingly. The next thing is that application process are nothing but like applying and being continuously to learn in that domain area, right? So I think our previous speaker has mentioned the same thing. So if you know the skills, it is not like that I know the skills, right? So it is not like that, you have to start learning, because the techniques, tools, okay, is every day is upgrading, right? So we have to be in that same uh, role. Okay, we have to even think how we can get expertise or upgrade ourselves accordingly. Continuous growth should be there. Okay, so continuous growth is nothing but again the same thing, you have to expertise and just come up with respect to the specified domain, so that you will get to know how exactly I can specifically focus on one area and get in that specific domain with any kind of requirement for the same. Okay, this is exactly what the roadmap will help you to make in that specific career. Okay, tools and the resources, that is really important. So if you want to get expertise, so definitely you need to know some programming stuff, because without that particular programming, you can't call yourself as a bioinformatician or else as a data scientist. So that is really important, guys. Okay, so slowly by slowly, no worry. Okay, but you have to start. Okay, you have to kickstart your career with the programming for the same. Then only you will have a better opportunity in future. The next thing is platforms, right? So from where you will gain this knowledge, it's nothing but we do have in bioinformatics certain platforms, environments with the programming context where you can work on the programming languages, integrate the project's data, and then come up with respect to the project designing and be in the real world solutions or the problems to overcome and come up with the significant finding, right? The libraries are ultimately where the programming will help you to make that overall pipeline or the algorithm for your research context. Learning will ultimately help you to make the projects and be in the real world solutions, right? Final thoughts are that problem solving mindset should be there. Okay, see guys, if you are really interested to learn something new, okay, so you also, all of you have to be a problem solving mindset. Okay, it's like thinking what should be this particular data if I take, how I can integrate the new techniques, okay, how I can merge the specific data with the programming skills, and how I can integrate the specific AI based techniques, okay. So this will help you to come up with respect to the problem solving mindset, and then work on the specific research based data analysis. The next thing is domain expertise, where you will get a unique strength with the knowledge, and then that you can apply with real time research applications for the same. And I think continuous growth is really important. Keep learning, okay, start building your career with respect to learning and getting connected with the community for the same. So ultimately this will help you to get your scientific background with respect to purely technically skilled enough in that area and be professional with the same, right? So the next step, what you guys have to do is start your learning plan. Okay, I hope you guys have definitely joined today's webinar. I think you have thought about the same, right? You have thought about how you can start learning, okay, how you can start your career with this specific upcoming domain area. And I think that is the correct platform what you will get knowledge, right? So you have to choose the particular platform, start upgrading, start with the small projects, okay, make your skill set, and definitely join certain community will help you to upgrade, they get connected with the real time world, okay, to get to know what other things are going on with the research and even the technology for the same. Your scientific backgrounds will give you a unique advantage, remember guys, okay. And this will begin your journey today, definitely with a small baby step, but that will be, if that is constant, okay, that will really lead you to come up with a very better opportunity for all of you. So a new skills will definitely build on the last. So make sure that you will start learning and be in that specific area, okay, where you can come up with respect to the expertise way. So ultimately the world is open, okay, to get certain kind of researchers or as the interested students who are really welcome to join and come up with this kind of domain area and get in line with the scene. Okay, so with that note, I will just finally conclude my presentation. I hope that I just try my level best to give you an overview with the discussion. Okay, so thank you from my end. If you guys have any query, let me know. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Nilofer, ma'am, for those valuable and thought provoking insights. So let's quickly recap the key takeaways. The demand for professionals with both biology and coding skills is skyrocketing in pharma, biotech, and health tech. Also, roles like bioinformatics, health analyst, clinical data scientist, research software engineer, and even freelance scientific programmers, they are now in very high demand. Then tools like Python, R, next gen sequencing platforms, they are becoming very essential. And also the transition from traditional wet labs to tech oriented roles is easier than what most people think. Okay, so if you follow the right path. So yeah, now is the time for your gift, your big gift. You truly deserve it for all those who have watched both the sessions as promised. So the download link is provided in the chat window, all of you, all the attendees. So you can click on it. So yeah, the download link has appeared in your chat window. You can click on it to avail your free gift right away. So yeah, I kept my promise now. And as Dr. Nilofer just mentioned, that if you are wondering like where do you actually start learning these tools, right? So don't worry, Biotechnica has got you covered completely. Biotechnica has two most popular programs, that is coding for biologists and data science internship for biologists. They are both starting from day after tomorrow, that is 29th May 2025. Save the dates. In the coding course, you will go from beginner to advanced in Python and R programming, BioPython and scientific packages, tool development, CAD, computer aided drug design, and the most important part is the project works. As Dr. Nilofer ma'am highlighted, that once you get hands on, and even Prodyot sir also emphasized on it, that you should really get hands on in the project work. So, of 3, 6, and 12 months, you get along with that, depending on what you want. And then the second course, which is the data science internship, you will be gaining skills in everything. So bioinformatics, NGS, coding, AI/ML, data analytics. So you'll get the exposure to real omics data sets, training on the AI/ML models in biology, and certificate, of course, for both of this. Publication opportunity under expert guidance. So project works which are there. So do check them out at stores.biotechnica.org, or you can also contact our team, right? So now let's take your questions one by one. You can post them in the chat box as well. But as of now, I will start off at least with the questions which have been posted before. I'll start from the very beginning of the webinar. Mr. Anil Mehta had a question, that is math necessary for data science? Is math necessary for data science? Anil Mehta wants to know. Yes. So, either of the speakers, would you like to take up this question, please?
Okay,
May I
I
take up
will.
this? Okay, yeah,
Okay,
please.
you can go ahead. You can go ahead, sir.
Okay, okay, you.
Okay, the thing I just want to tell to all the participants over there, like maths is ultimately really important, because if you're leading your research, right? So the findings is totally depend on the predictions. So in the research, definitely maths will play a role, maybe in the form of the mathematical modeling. Okay, so I want to tell you that machine learning is nothing but like upgraded version of your mathematics and statistics for the same. So definitely maths is required. If sir wants to add some comment on that.
Yes, actually, I just also want to continue with the same. Yeah, maths is very important, but it is not that you when you are getting started, it is very integral. So you will be told about the same. So where the maths is required, basically, see, maths or physics when we are talking about. So physics is the practical part of mathematics only, and many of the concepts of your mathematics, physics, biostats are being used in your data science. So that is why, yeah. So just to cut short the particular thing, yeah, it is very integral.
Okay, thank you so much to both of you. So, next question is from Akshat Vats. Akshat Vats, he asks, ma'am, with biotechnology degree, can we go into bioinformatics field? Akshat Vats is asking, with biotechnology degree, can we go into bioinformatics field? So, maybe Pradut sir, would you like to take up this question?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, of course. So the answer is absolutely yes. So if you follow like most of the particular scientists in this particular domain, so you'll see that most of them have done bachelor's in biotechnology, and post that they have qualified gate, or likewise then they have got a better opportunity to pursue their masters in bioinformatics, and followed by a PhD in bioinformatics, and likewise. Okay, so it is absolutely doable. And I think in your, like, if you are pursuing a like professional degree in your fourth year, you will be having some courses of bioinformatics as well, so to get a perspective. And later on in masters, you can pursue it as a whole, like getting into the, what do you say, root of it. So likewise, yeah, of course it is good. Yeah. If ma'am
Okay,
wants to
so
add something.
thank you. The next question is from Shady Ham. He asks, do you think that we can apply drug discovery in plant pathology fields? Do you think that we can apply drug discovery in plant pathology fields? Dr. Nilofer, ma'am, would you like to throw some insights on this?
Yes, ma'am, sure. So, yes, totally. You can apply that kind of drug discovery with even plant pathological field, because if you just check it out, like if you're looking to make some drug findings, right, using computational approach or else with respect to the AI approach. So ultimately, we need certain kind of natural products or as the organic compounds. So in that stuff, you can pull out the plant data, okay, get to know the natural products, and then you can integrate with respect to the drug discovery approaches. So yes, it can be done.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. So Mansi Karde has another question. I think it is directed to Pradut sir regarding the roles which sir has shown. She wants to know that will we only do dry lab work in those roles? Sir, in these roles, we will do only dry lab work only. So Mansi Karde wants to know.
Yes, so basically it depends upon your research question, but the fields that I have like told you, if it is like the domain is of your AI engineer or like AI based scientist, so it will be purely dry lab only. Okay, but anything that you do in your dry lab, it can be validated using your in silico based techniques as well as your wet lab based techniques. Okay, so that depends. Like if you have the access to do the wet lab based validation, that you can also go for. Okay, and if you intend only to pursue the uh, dry lab based validation techniques from the likes of your molecular dynamic simulation, free energy perturbation, this that, so that is also doable. Okay, and obviously these are the techniques in this particular domain. Obviously AI tools can be utilized to fasten that particular process or to automate the process so that there is less of human intervention.
Okay, sir, thank you. The next question is from Anshi. She says that if she skips MSc, then even after having the skills, will company screen her out or not? She asks, skipping MSc, companies might screen me out even after having the skills. So she wants to know if this is right or if she's wrong. Dr. Nilofer, ma'am?
I don't think so, because it is totally depend on your skills, right? As I mentioned earlier in the presentation for the same. So if you want to showcase yourself, if you want to prove yourself, ultimately the skills will definitely help you. But to showcase ultimately in that way, you can work on certain projects and just uh, in line with your particular resume or CV, okay, and then publish certain kind of works or the certifications course. So that kind of things you can just showcase in that way. So ultimately the skills will lead you to get better opportunity. Okay, and like coming with like getting with MSc background or else in that way, so that will ultimately give you a certain certification, like okay, so that you have even done the overall certifications with that one. Okay, you got the degree, so that degree matters, but ultimately the skills will upgrade you to get a better opportunity. So I don't think so MSc will impact you with respect to getting a better job role. With the skill setup, the skill setup is really important. If you just be with that, you will have a better opportunity.
Yes, definitely. Thank you, ma'am, for your input, and
May
even
I
I
add,
agree with this. Yes, Pradut sir has
may,
some input in
may
this.
I add something to it? Yeah. Yeah. So actually, talking about the degrees, okay. So if you're talking about the HR screening round, so initially, yeah, degree might be important part. But as you see in most of the universities that you get a degree from, so they will not be emphasizing upon the skill set part. Okay. But that is very integral. You can get on to the, like, obviously you can pass the HR round, this, that. But after that, when you get to the technical round, so obviously it is a skill game. Okay, so obviously you need to get yourself upgraded, so for that particular purpose. Yeah.
Right, sir, right. Yeah. Thank you. My next question I'll pick is from Pooja Sharma, who says, I have just passed 12th standard. I'm constantly thinking to take biotechnology BTech. Should I pursue? Any suggestions? She's asking if she can pursue biotechnology BTech. Yeah. Any
May
of
I?
the speakers would like to take this up?
May I?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
please, Pradhat sir, please go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, yeah, of course, you can choose BTech, biotechnology. So what is the difference between the courses in BTech and BSAs? It's just that BTech is a professional course, so it will give you what do you say, multiple types of skill sets that are there. Okay. Apart from that, one more advantage, if I just have to tell you, because I have done BTech in biotech only. So you can take up after your BTech or your bachelor's, you can take up the gate. Okay, so after gate you can have that particular fellowship, go for your MTech, and as that is valid for long hours, so you can use that particular gate to get your MTech as well as your PhD. Okay, so many of my friends are doing PhD using the same gate score, they have done the MTech using the same gate score, and now they are pursuing your PhD from IITs using the same gate score. Okay, that is also doable.
Okay. Um, Sir, there is one more question directed towards you. I think you will be better to answer this. Yeah, the question is from Shaheen Falcon. She's asking, I'm CSI net aspirant and GATE also, but I'm confused regarding after getting JRF, whether interview will still ask for some project or not. So that's her question. Pradut Banerjee, sir, please put some inputs in this question.
Yeah, just 1 minute. I'm just reading the question. Okay, confused about getting a GRF. Okay. Yeah, of course. So if you have done anything, so what happens is when you go to any of the panels, be it your job panel, be it your project or your PhD based panel. So obviously, PhD based panel will be more focused on project and research based things. Okay, whereas your job based interview will be focusing on many things like your soft skill, this that. Okay, whereas a PhD interview mostly focuses on your skill set, that how smartly you can pursue that particular research. Okay, so that is why, yeah, taking up an what is a project and working on that, because if you are doing a hands-on in a particular project, so any kind of question you can obviously face. Okay, because you have done that by your own, so any kind of cross question, there's that, because they will test all of the things that you have done or not. Okay, it is not that just you name it, but obviously you need to have a problem solving attitude. That is what they are looking for. Okay, in a PhD, because you will be going through multiple of such circumstances in your duration of PhD, so they will be looking for a problem solver. Okay, so how do you solve a problem? So you can give a case study that I got that this kind of a problem in my project and I handled it likewise. Okay, so that will give them a perspective that yeah, so you can handle it likewise. Okay.
Thank you, sir. The next question is from Tiny Jean's Journey. I have a gap of 3 years after completing MSc Biotechnology, but I'm starting again. So, will the gap affect the job opportunities for me? Dr. Nilofer, ma'am, would you like to answer this question?
Sure, ma'am. So I think again the same thing. Like if you have a gap, then definitely you need to fill the gap by upgrading the skills, right? So you have to know like which is the current technology or the techniques is are evolving right now. Okay, and you need to upgrade in that by just making kind of like enrolling in certain certifications course, or else just participating in any kind of projects, right? And that will ultimately help you to be in the real time world. Okay, and tell that even though like if you're having a gap, but you have filled with respect to this certain kind of certifications, and with that note you have upgraded your skills to get that kind of job for the same. I think that is what you have to do.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. So we will be taking last two questions for the day. The second last question is from Santosh Kumar. May I know what are the virtual clinical trial tools as you said them, sir? Can we use them for our data set screened? So I think this is a question directed to Pradut, sir. If you could please answer the question.
Yes, basically, when we are talking about your virtual clinical trials, basically it is virtual drug trials. Okay, so in that particular case scenario, we are not talking about a particular tool. We can train any kind of machine learning algorithm to judge for the same. So, and here, what you have asked, we are not screening the data set, mind you that, because the screening process is a part of R&D. Okay, so here the drug is already there. Okay, and we are we are stratifying between the different groups, and now we want to see that after administering that particular drug, how they are performing. So for that we need some what to say, wearable devices from the likes of your smart rings. Nowadays you have smart watches which will monitor your vitals. and give the particular data. Okay, based on that the AI algorithm will be trained. Okay, so and it will track, have a track of your what is it, progression. Okay, that with that particular drug, how you are performing this, that. Okay, so that is actually what we do in your clinical trials as well, but we do it in person, okay, physically. But here we are doing it virtually with the help of computers to monitor the progress. That is why it is called as your virtual drug trials. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you. And the last question will be from Nausheen Sheikh, who is asking what is the scope of bioinformatics and AIML in clinical nutrition and dietetics? Dr. Nilofer, ma'am, if you could throw some light on this. What is the scope of bioinformatics and AIML in clinical nutrition and dietetics?
Okay, sure. Uh, so going to the first question, like the scope of bioinformatics, right? So I think the scope of bioinformatics, you guys can observe, like if the data is getting evolving, right, with respect to the experimental kind of stuff. So we need certain platform to process that data. Okay, we need certain kind of environment where we can just get to know the insights within the data sets. And with that node, bioinformatics is helping with that scenario. Okay, it is providing you an environment, a complete environment where you can process your biological raw data also, and then come up with respect to like knowledgeable finding, maybe in the form of pre-processing, coming with respect to the integration of programming languages, and making your personalized kind of research findings, right? And in that context, that bioinformatics scope is available. And moving towards the next question is about like how ANML will help you with respect to the clinical nutritions. Okay, or it was the or is for the diabetes. See, this is a specific domain area which, if you are interested in that way, ANML will have the same standard role. Is that to provide you a pipeline, okay, that will help you to make your data pre-process, okay, come up with respect to making your data curations, find the important features which help you to make some correlations between your data, and give you some kind of predictions, right? So if your data is getting vary with the clinical nutritions, then you have to play with your data with the clinical features, and then look towards the nutritional effects, right? So in that scenario, or else if you're looking towards any kind of disease, maybe diabetics or else any other, so then you have to take your data with that kind of context. Again, the data will help you to find the correlations, find the predictions, okay, and build a more personalized kind of models which you are looking in that scenario. Okay, the pipeline will be the same for AI and ML, will help you to work with your data, look for the features, train, and build the model with the better accuracy. I hope that sounds
Okay.
perfect for you. Yeah.
Yeah, may I add
Yes.
something to this particular question?
Sure.
Yes, sir. Please, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so continuing with the same, yeah, of course. So the pipeline will be the same, and we'll be customizing the pipeline based on the what do you say, question that you have, or the research topic that you want to cater to. Okay, if I'm taking certain examples from the question that you have asked, that is clinical nutrition and dietetics. Okay, in that, how we can add is basically you can classify between different food products which are healthy. Suppose, okay, reading the labels of the like from the ingredients or the the table that you have. Okay, apart from that, you can judge for based on the BMI. You can suggest what kind of nutritional requirement if is of that particular person. Let's suppose we are talking about sports nutrition. So that is a part of your nutrition only. Okay, so sports nutrition, so obviously you have customized nutritional what do you say, regime for every sports person. Okay, so based on their BMI, based on multiple how they are training, they need a recovery diet or not. Based on that, like personalize how you are analyzing the data. Okay, so AI model will be trained likewise, and when you give the data, it will suggest that what should be the what do you say, whole day's nutritional package for that particular sports person and like that. Yeah, thank
Okay,
you.
sir. Thank you. Thank you for the additional insight. So I'm afraid we won't be able to take up any more questions as we have already run out of our time. But don't worry, if you have any further questions, you can always write to us at info@biotechnica.org. And once again, the link for your gift is again posted. So you can click on it to download your free ebook, which will be a real good guide for you. Okay, and don't worry, your one-stop place is Biotechnica regarding your query, Pushpa Raj. If you want any kind of internships, then you can contact our team, um, or you just visit stores at Biotechnica. So, with that, we come to a conclusion for the day. Thank you once again to the wonderful audience. You have asked some very important questions, and thank you so much to our speakers for the day. A big thank you to Mr. Prodyot Banerjee sir and Dr. Nilofer Shaikh ma'am for sharing such valuable knowledge today with all of us. And I'm sure our attendees have benefited a lot. So we hope this session has sparked new ideas and given you a realistic action plan to enter the world of data science and life sciences. So with that, stay curious, stay learning, and we will see you in our next session. Till then, take care and happy exploring. Good night, everyone.